guys ready? You better be ready, because it's almost showtime. Come on. Let's do this. Hey guys!
What's going on? Do you have the time to listen to Ralph whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools. I am neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it.
Okay.
Sometimes I give myself a
Alright, okay. No.
Times my mind. Sometimes Ralph plays Jedi tricks on me.
Okay.
It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Welcome to the 1UP Weekly Live. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So just so you know, guys, Justin said, just like always, I'm going to do a little something different, but you'll like it. Do you want to know what it is in advance? No, it's fine. I guess it's all good. Well, that's what it is. All right. Well, anyways, guys.
See, the real reason why I did that is it looks like this is the last time we're going to be on the channel, RetroRalph. So I was trying to get him a copyright strike for just the last time we're going to be doing this. What? Wait, Ralph, we should probably explain, right?
Yeah, cool, Justin. So, so it's not the last time we're doing this show, but it's the last time we're doing the show on the RetroRalph channel. So we actually have a new channel called The 1UP Weekly, and it has a whole 1 subscriber right now. So we do need your help, and that subscriber is Kim, so that's very, very sweet of her. But we're going to need your help because next week we're going to have John D from Arcade1up on. That'll be post the IGN Summer of Gaming event, which we'll talk about in a minute.
That's right.
But we're going to need your help getting that channel going, right? So so we just thought it was the right time. We built a really great base of fans with you guys, and we thought it'd be a great time to sort of have it be its own thing.
Right.
So, and we have a bunch of cool plans around, content that's going to be all 1UP Weekly focused and branded. While it doesn't mean that Console Kits and RetroRalph don't exist anymore, it just means that all the 1UP Weekly stuff will be its own dedicated thing.
That's right. Were we going to do anything special for that, Ralph? I know we talked about that.
We're going to give away a bunch of crap. I just don't know what it is yet.
So we're trying to we're going to do a giveaway, and we'll announce what that is, but it's all about the first set of subscribers for the first week. So if you are the 1UP Weekly, if you're the first week, among the first week of subscribers, you've entered into a contest that we will announce later what you'll be getting. So
I know two of the things. So two of the things that I'm definitely giving away is I'm giving away a Pac-Man numbskull. So one of those cool Pac-Man numbskulls. And then I think I'm going to give away the Galaga numbskull. And then I haven't figured out if I have all of the parts to give this away, because it kind of like I opened it up once and stuff. I got to make sure if I can get it all in one place, I have. And I hate to part with this, but the New Wave Toys Street Fighter 2, that's kind of like a numbskull too. It's going to kill me, but I'll give it away for the channel for sure.
Yeah, so for those that don't know where the new channel is, the link is in the description. So just hit that link, say yes. Don't forget to hit the notifications, because we're going to be doing a lot of live stuff on that channel. And you know how YouTube is. If you don't have that notification, sometimes they won't notify you at all. And then after a couple of months, sometimes the setting will change. So always make sure that you're notified so you can be well informed of future videos, as Ralph always says.
So this is funny because I just did a video on Facebook. If you're part of the Facebook group, I did a video showing how messy this room is. See, right now we're seeing it from this level up, so it doesn't look bad. But yes, none of that stuff that we saw on the floor is part of the giveaways. But I could probably find some cool stuff on the show floor too. Right. Joe Sabo, what's up, man? Hey, buddy. All right, so before we get started, Justin, I am drinking a local beer to Arizona by a brewery called Four Peaks. So Four Peaks, they're actually now owned by someone else. I can't remember. I want to say maybe Budweiser. Budweiser has a beverage brand called InBev, I think, which is what they release all of their craft brews under. But Four Peaks for a while was independent. They're really good. They had a beer I really liked called the Kilt Lifter. And since I'm on a diet, which I'm not following, this is called the Guilt Lifter. So instead of the Kilt Lifter, it's the Guilt Lifter. So I'm trying to cut back on the calories, but I know it's not going to work. But anyways, it's a 99 calorie beer, and it's only 3.4% alcohol, so I'll be totally fine during this episode, and I won't go off the train tracks, I promise.
Totally fine. So the reason why we wanted to talk about this, next week, we believe on January. I'm sorry. In June, there's going to be the IGN Summer of Gaming, and a little bird told us that there's going to be some announcements. And there's so many announcements coming from so many different companies in the next week. It makes sense that we're probably going to hear from a lot of people. So the moment iiRcade or Act Games or Arcade1up found out that IGN is going to do the Summer of Gaming, it's the closest thing to replace E3 being canceled. This is an opportunity for them to announce new products, and it kind of hit the wave of announcements. So we do believe Arcade1up is going to be releasing a new title. We don't know how many, but we'd like to talk about what titles we think they may be releasing, which type of cabs they might be releasing. We want to hear from you, what you think. We have a reason to believe that Act Games may be announcing something soon, and so maybe this is an opportunity for that.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit about iiRcade.
It makes sense. And I mean, just so you guys know, this IGN Summer of Gaming thing is it's everything. So it's going to be hands-on demos, it's going to be virtual, it's going to have previews and gameplay. And so there's a lot of other companies jumping aboard. Arcade1up just happens to be one of them. So if you're just a general gaming fan, modern gaming fan, there's going to be a lot for you as well, and it's broadcast for free. So it's kind of cool that IGN stepped up and decided to do something like this, because I feel like right now, without E3, like there is no vehicle for these people to really, for these companies to really like promote their stuff. So this is going to be kind of neat. Now, we have no reason to believe that Act Games or others are jumping on this event, because it doesn't appear that they are, but they may use this opportunity to say, hey, let's accelerate, or maybe we already had stuff that was being announced.
We've seen companies do that before. Like a lot of times, like for example, Act Games didn't actually have like a booth at CES, but they were there and they would use that opportunity to talk to people. But there's been other times where different companies would maybe not even be a part of an event, but they would do their press releases that week, because you kind of want to ride that wave when people are looking for new releases, and they may be some confused. Was iiRcade or like maybe iiRcade is going to announce their Kickstarter next week. That could be a possibility.
Yeah,
like
we've been waiting on that.
So
I've been waiting for a while. TikTok iiRcade. Let's get this show on the road.
Now, if you guys, let's jump right in.
But I think we should take so I think in order to have this conversation, Justin, we need to take a step back.
Yeah.
We need to step back into our time machine and figure out like what have we seen in the past, and could we maybe get some kind of idea of what's coming in the future, or potentially this announcement based on what we've seen before? Because some people I think in the show may not have seen these pictures, even though we had like 500 videos on them.
That's right.
Not everyone was watching those. So.
Yeah. So back in January, we went live, and the pictures that you're seeing here on the screen here are some leaked pictures that came out before CES. Now, some of them were at CES, so let's start right off eliminating those. So you got NBA Jam here in the background. Of course, that was announced. We know that. A Pac-Man was announced, that this 40th anniversary, but you see how right here it's kind of got a slant, so there's a slightly different version. Burger Times have already shown up, but this cab, this one has not been officially announced. It's the Big Buck Hunter, right?
Well, and they also kind of just sort of ignored most questions about it. Like no one's really, they haven't said, yes, we're doing that, or no, we're not, or they've like basically just kind of ignored and just kind of chalked it up as that's a leak, whatever kind of thing.
That's right. So what's this first one again? That's the Marvel versus Capcom, or right?
That was like that looked like it was some kind of rebranded Street Fighter that had Marvel versus Capcom on it. So it's kind of interesting, because that looks like a Street Fighter control panel, though it's hard to tell. Before we go any further, Zohar has a super chat. Thank you, Zohar. He says, if Arcade1up doesn't announce a Pro Series line, he's jumping ship to play minimal. I would probably not do that, Zohar, but they didn't they didn't announce a Pro line. They just kind of said they thought it was a cool idea for a while. We got to give them some time, right? I mean, I think they're heavily weighing on if they think the community would back something like that. I know we all would, and we've all said that multiple times, but I definitely appreciate the passion around that super chat.
So this next picture, nothing's really there, right? So we got NBA Jam already released, Pac-Man Stroll already released, the Star Wars sit-down cab already released. Golden Tee kind of looks funny over in the corner.
Yeah, so
maybe
this is a weird
reflection.
I know, I didn't notice this the first time, Justin. It's like,
why is it blue there?
I know, because that just looks like a reflection off the Star Wars. But then we
Yeah.
all know,
But Star Wars is like further back. I don't know.
It's weird. I know it's weird.
Okay.
But the other thing too on the we all know, Justin. I almost want to put this one to bed. I feel like that golden tee we saw at CES that had the silver strike. We haven't heard one peep about that. So I'm gonna say that one is not going to be part of any kind of announcement. I think that one's kind of just like not happening. That's my opinion on that one. But
right. So then there was, at CES we did see Star Wars pinball, and we did see Attack from Mars, which is pictured here. But what we didn't see is, this Back to the Future ET Jaws, this universal pinball. But we talked about this. We don't really think they're going to announce that because, why would you announce yet a third title when you haven't released the first one for a whole new product line?
Yeah. I mean, you got the first and second pinballs already out. You got the attack, well, not out, but you got them announced. You got the Attack from Mars. The beer burp is kicking in, and then you have the Star Wars, right? So I don't think it would be right timing there. I've heard other people say, well, I think that they're going to use this event on June 5th to fully solidify what games are going to be on those pinballs. I'm not really thinking that either. So I'm trying to like weed out some stuff. Do you agree with that, Justin? Like, I don't think it's going to be. I don't even think it's going to be talking about the pinball. I also don't believe, based on some of the stuff that John D has said, I think this is a single announcement that's a series of announcements.
But keep in mind,
I don't think it's like
John
one
D does
big announcement.
He does a lot of teasing. Right? He loves to tease, so. But what do you guys think? So we've talked a little bit about before, right? We didn't get.
Oh wait,
you guys.
Lewis contradicts us a little bit, or not contradicts. Lewis is saying something else. He says, "I think that'll be announced, but I don't know. We missed something."
Yeah. So then Zohar, he said he would definitely get a Miss Pac-Man if they made it. That would be huge if they announced a Miss Pac-Man, right?
Yeah, that would be very, very big, monumental kind of thing. I would tend to disagree that would even be remotely possible, but
well, why not?
Well, you know the story around the whole Miss Pac-Man drama, right?
I basically do, but I don't. A lot of people talk about it. They're like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, right?
I'm in the camp that it will literally never, ever, ever, ever be able to happen.
But why? Why?
Okay. So I've read a lot of documents on this. So I'm gonna try, but I read things and I forget about 90% of what I read. So don't pressure me too much. I'm gonna try to give you my perspective. But I know how you are. You're gonna like ride me until I give you the perfect answer. So okay. We all know that Bandai Namco currently owns the rights to Miss Pac-Man, right?
I think so.
Do we agree to that? Okay.
I think so.
I know. People say I think so because it's it's confusing. So Bandai Namco
it's something
owns the
about
rights
Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man got a divorce. Something like that.
Yeah. So then there was another company called GCC, which was like getting royalties anytime Bandai Namco
I do remember
sold anything, any licensed Miss Pac-Man
So
products.
the idea was, right, is Miss Pac-Man wasn't actually directly created by Namco, right? It was like another, like college students from MIT had this idea of doing like basically the first arcade mod, right?
Well,
and they were like,
and that wasn't even Miss Pac-Man. That was some other mod and I think over time Miss Pac-Man kind of came from all that. That part of it's a little fuzzy, but
because they were the one who presented the ideas. What if you could do like an in the field update by patching Pac-Man and making it a different a different title, and through that they came up with the idea: what if we make Pac-Man a girl and make a Miss Pac-Man, and it's kind of like title changed and kind of like a refresh.
Yep,
and it worked, right? Mm-hmm. They made lots of money.
Yeah. But so for all intents and purposes, because of this group GCC, whenever anytime Bandai Namco was putting out licensed products for Miss Pac-Man, they had to pay royalty fees to this GCC company.
Right.
So where it gets kind of really crazy is, if you guys didn't follow this, At Games had gone and created a mock-up Miss Pac-Man product.
Oh,
it kind of
hold on, I got the picture somewhere.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's gonna take me a while to get it.
It kind of looked like a mini Legends Ultimate, but as Pac-Man themed, Miss Pac-Man themed. Now, there was
This
a
guy.
lawsuit then because Bandai Namco said, you guys have no rights to sell this or even create it. Then At Games came back and said, look, we had no intent to sell this, which, whatever. We don't know. I don't know. I don't work at At Games. I have no clue, but whatever. They denied that they had.
It's just a little guy. This is just a little guy.
Yeah. They had no intent to supposedly market this or even sell it. So then what ends up happening is At Games goes and they go and buy GCC. Now by them buying out, yeah, but by them buying out GCC, all they really bought out were the royalty rights to any Miss Pac-Man product being sold.
Because I think how it went was like Namco was like, wait a second, so there's a problem with Miss Pac-Man. GCC's involved, so for us to license to someone else, we got to get an agreement with GCC. And then At Games is all like, according to the story and a million articles, and perhaps all of it's wrong, who knows, right? They're all like, we'll just buy the company. We just solved your problem. So, hey, At Games is all like, hey Namco, can we do Miss Pac-Man? And At Games is all like, you got to ask GCC, right? Well, I'm GCC, so I say yes, and I also say yes, so you just have to say yes.
Yeah, the problem.
But then there was a lawsuit with that, right? It was all like, hey, we didn't agree to that.
But the problem, but the biggest problem there is that just because you own GCC doesn't mean you actually can go and develop products based on Miss Pac-Man. Bandai Namco kind of has to, bless that. So there's now this like whole other countersuit thing, which I don't really fully understand. But bottom line is, I think with all of that legal mess, there's no way, it would be impossible for them to do.
Impossible. Here. Let me.
Okay, wait. All right.
This is the one thing I thought about.
No, you're gonna Justin Mind Trick me right now. No, you're gonna do some weird Justin Mind Trick thing to me right now.
Miss Pac-Man would be so huge. What was that?
I was snorting.
Okay, just Miss Pac-Man would be so huge. Under the title of Arcade1up, that I think they could solve those problems. Money solves a lot of problems when it comes to businesses and fights.
Well, sure. I guess if you wanted to just say,
the demand, it's probably why why At Games was pushing so hard. They're probably trying to beat Arcade1up to the punch, right? But to be fair, Arcade1up has announced they've sold 1 million cabinets. So that comes with a lot of zeros, right? Yeah, and so you could make a phone call to Namco and say, this will be the biggest cabinet we will have ever sold. It would be the biggest cabinet that any home arcade company has ever sold. I mean, and you could probably make it work.
Yeah, here's the thing. Obviously, money talks, and I'm sure you could figure it out. Now, my question is, right? I mean, that's the bottom line. Is if someone's like, hey, look, we don't. I gotta address this really quick. Zohar. Actually, what would be really fun if I made up a story about how like Zohar, I bought out some sort of company, and Zohar is required that he can't actually make chats unless he actually makes super chats, so he has to pay to actually chat on 1UP Weekly, which is not correct. Zohar, you don't have to keep paying. I don't even know what you're talking about here. I
think Zohar and a few other people, they brought up this Miss Pac-Man and they see our passion and they think it's, dude, we're good, right? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Give us a 1 if you like where this is going. We kind of are real loose on this episode, And so I think everyone's happy, right? And then Sean Powers makes a good point. Here's the big one, right? How did Numbskull get Miss Pac-Man?
True. That's true, but I wonder if the Numbskull agreement happened before the GCC thing, or maybe they're paying royalties to At Games for the product, right? Could that be possible?
Could be.
I don't know. So it's crazy.
And remember when we talked to John D at CES, we were having that conversation about there was that idea or thought that Arcade1up was standing on the shoulders of all the miniature deals, right? Because they made the deals first. And so the theory is that Arcade1up is all like, hey, we want to get a license to Street Fighter. They're going to utilize agreements that are already there. And he's like, that's not how it works. That's not, they make a phone call, they make a deal, they're pleading with them, they're negotiating, they're talking about royalties, they're trying to get the license, trying to figure out who, like NBA Jam is a huge thing, right? Who would have known to be able to get the rights for NBA Jam? You got to get everyone to agree, all those characters, right? They're doing all the legwork.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I almost feel like I know we're kind of getting into like some really big details of the whole concept of even releasing a title like this. I just don't see it happening. I feel like I'm just gonna put myself in like the Arcade1up shoes, right? I think both these companies are pretty prideful, right? Too. They're like, I think Arcade1up's like, we're the king of the mountain. I don't know whether I saw other people in the past have said that they kind of have a cocky attitude. I don't really feel like I haven't seen that, but maybe they do in other places, but I haven't really seen that. And then you got At Games, who's kind of like, they have a very different product with totally different, to me, like demographic, and not demographic, but it's targeted toward a different audience, in my opinion. So you've got like these two products, but you could call them their closest competitor, right? So like, sure. Do you want to release a cabinet in the current landscape, as I understand the legally, and I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. It would mean that in my mind, it would mean that Arcade1up would have to pay GCC royalties, which would actually be paying At Games. And would they really, like, that'd be imagine if I was in business and I was like, let's say I was in business and I hated Justin, and not saying that they hate each other, but let's say I disliked Justin, and Justin owns the rights to, I don't know, Street Fighter 2. And I'm like, man, I'm going to release this Street Fighter 2 cabinet, but I got to pay my arch nemesis money to do it. I think I'd be out. I don't know. I think I would. It would just. I wouldn't feel right with it.
I don't know. I mean, to me, it sounds like. Or do you think
you'd be like, let's say I want to make money?
Yeah, let's say they are.
I don't
enemies.
have that mentality. Though.
What's the royalty though? Is it 10 cents a cabinet? You're like, yeah, we're gonna make a lot more than 10
then it's
cents.
Like, so I'm like, Justin, you're a rounding error, buddy. Here you go. Take my 10 cents.
That's right. Or what about
you're a pimple on my whatever that is.
I couldn't find the picture. I was just. Oh, go for it, man.
Oh, so he says pole position 1 and 2, spinner steering wheel, potentiometer pedal, micro switch shifter, cheap emulation, upright and sit down like Star Wars. So the reason why I don't like, honestly, I think those are all things that could potentially happen. The thing, and I may be reading into it. I felt like when I'm reading Facebook and looking at what Arcade1up's talking about, it seems like this thing on June 5th is like a single announcement, not like a series of announcements. That's why I was kind of more in the mindset that it's maybe like a title versus a whole bunch of like new cabinets, meaning new styles. That will come though, I think.
Yeah.
I think
what about that one new style? They Arcade1up, they teased on Twitter, and I don't have the picture. I don't know if you do.
Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, so that's really interesting. So you don't have that picture? All right, does anyone have the picture of when Arcade1up on April Fool's Day released the picture of the Nintendo cabinet? Because now you're getting me interested. Like, what if it's that?
What if it's that?
It's that? That would be, so if you're going to say it's bombshell, holy crap kind of stuff, people would lose their minds if it's that. I mean, I think people would flip out over something like this.
So what it would be if it's a Nintendo? So that's the thing. It looks like all of the shape of like Mario Bros, not Super Mario Brothers.
It looked like a Mario Brothers, yeah.
Or what else? Popeye. Maybe they could do Popeye, because Nintendo doesn't own Popeye. Yeah, but
Popeye's not mind blowing. You know,
Donkey Kong is, right? Like they would.
Donkey Kong. You'd have so many people that would buy a Donkey Kong just because Donkey Kong like was just so cool. Like the cabinet style was so cool.
Yeah.
The graphics were cool. The funny thing is, I actually think Donkey Kong is one of those stand the test of time kind of games. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are just like, like they don't like any of those simplistic, like they're too simplistic. I love Donkey Kong. I think Donkey Kong's awesome, but I don't know. The Nintendo thing would be so crazy. I don't see it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's even remotely possible? I know we've touched on the topic before, but has anybody seen that picture? Did they see the picture they had? Yeah, well, you got to find it, man.
It's April 1st, right? Maybe they pulled it down. Did they pull it down?
If someone has it or screenshotted it, send it to RetroRalph1980@gmail.com, because it would be really cool to show everyone else. Basically, what they did is they released a blueprint on April Fool's of a Nintendo.
It's like a silhouette.
Yeah, like a 3/4 scale, almost like the diagram they'd use in initial design meetings for like a Donkey Kong. Or a Nintendo cabinet, right? Basically, the Nintendo cabinets all have very similar shapes, but it was a Nintendo cabinet. I mean, that would be freaking insane. I just can't see that happening. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so you guys didn't see it then. Sounds like a lot of people didn't see it.
You could use the same argument that like, so Donkey Kong is one of those where it would be so big, maybe they go to Nintendo and be like, okay, so you're doing nothing with the Donkey Kong license right now. Not really. want to make a buttload of money.
All right, so Snell, I agree. So Snell World has some clarifications to some of the stuff we're saying. Like I said, I know I don't have it 100% correct. I read as much as I could on it over the probably last 6 months or so. But he says AtGames bought the residual rights from creators of Miss Pac-Man, while Bandai Namco was actively in negotiations for them. I forgot that part. I did read that. I totally forgot that. So that's my bad. So then AtGames kind of went and like swooped in and got GCC, and that was part of the story. So if you read, I can't remember what article it is, but if I remember, I'll put it in the link in the description. Basically, Bandai Namco was trying to buy out GCC because they're like, well, screw it. We're so sick of paying these residual rights. Let's just see what they want and give it to them and just be done with it. That way we 100% own it. We control our own destiny. And
yeah, I don't even think it was the original GCC people anyway, right?
That's convoluted too. It's its own convoluted story. Then it says AtGames is already being sued over non-negotiated use of Pac-Man. And yeah, so it's crazy, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, Lewis is saying he thinks that Arcade1up could pull off the Nintendo license.
Dude, I mean, if that's what it is, if that's what it was, that would be crazy.
So he did.
That would make a lot of people
Zohar says,
flip out.
John D in the past has said Nintendo is too difficult to get. But I've also heard him say he could do it. Like he said, we brought it up because we were at CES and we saw Donkey Kong on the little miniature, and he said that was a mistake, and we're like, well, you trying to do it? And he goes, of course we're trying, and I think he's admitted that many times. The idea of like, of course they're trying.
Oh crap! Sorry, I just did something bad. Hold on, I'm just trying to make this look normal. So this is what they. Thank you. Thanks, Mike from Rhode Island. Why does it look so small? Does it look small to you?
Zoom in. You got pinch zoom. You got command plus, control plus. There you go.
It's huge. Is it too big?
That's good. It's good.
So this was basically what they released. They released this interesting. Obviously this is like a joke, but it has tastemakers on.
So when I saw this, I was like, "That's Punch Out," because right?
No, to me, I was like, "That's a,"
because it's got the third button, right?
Well, I wasn't thinking that this was accurate because I was like, I doubt. So this is kind of a messed up thing, but I was like, Arcade1up didn't do any thoughts behind this. I just thought it was like they slapped a bunch of things on and they were more interested in this part. Like I thought this was just something they slapped together. So I was kind of ignoring that this had any accuracy to it. I was just thinking the cabinet shape, it said Nintendo to me. So I was thinking, oh, it's got to be Nintendo.
Wait. Plotting scale 1 to 1.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Right. No.
But those are smaller, though. Those are a little shorter. Like if you're gonna do it, might as well just go full scale.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So what the heck is it then? Like we've gone back and forth. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. The one we had pulled up.
I like Retro Joe. Like, come on, Metal Slug or a Neo Geo. That would
we didn't even share that. So there was the picture of the. So
yeah,
it was kind of hair. It was
a
kind
really
hairy.
Touchy one because John told us like there was a leak for the SNK, and he was all like, "Yeah, that one sucked because like SNK kind of got upset about that."
Which makes me that's why I had the thought that maybe that same thing happened with Incredible Technologies with the Silver Strike, right? Like maybe they were like pushing the limits and being a little bold there, and Incredible was like, yeah, take that off the CES floor. Silver Strike ain't happening.
Or they just weren't ready, right? Because a lot of times it's like, the announcement is part of the whole deal, right? Like your ability to just like go, bam, it's available now, I
want to give a shout out to both Mike from Rhode Island and Bradley Wells. He sent the picture too. That was pretty awesome. They both sent the Nintendo picture at the same time, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so what we were talking about, we really wanted to know basically what we went on like a 20-minute rant on Miss Pac-Man. So what do you guys think? Let's do a quick vote. So this is for, do you guys think that Arcade1up could pull off a Miss Pac-Man? 1 if yes, 0 if no. We're probably going to find out in the next 2 weeks. It'll be kind of fun. We can only do one vote at a time.
The next 2 weeks, we should find out. I mean, we should find out at least what's going on. At least this announcement. If we're talking about this particular announcement, we should know on Friday, right?
Yeah. So we can put that one.
Hold on. You know how I get confused? Is one
is
pull
yes.
It off?
1 is yes. 0 is no.
Okay.
1 is they can pull it off. 0 is no.
All right, so after you guys are done with the
And
ones and zeros on
we'll
that
do some
one,
other ones.
All right, so after you guys, all right, so let's see. They're coming in right now.
Starting
So we got lots of zeros, but there's also a good handful of ones too.
Yeah. See, some people are like they have to, right? And that's like it's kind of like
I'm like surprised that you guys don't think that all the legal ramifications would cause that to be like almost
the
impossible.
reason why I really brought it up is because
Justin, you
E3 last year I predicted that Miss Pac-Man would come, and I was right about TMNT and NBA Jam in my prediction video, but Miss Pac-Man is the remaining one that I've been wrong about. So I'm all like, come on, I got to be right about that too, right? That would just kind of
But you kind of like, I feel like you're going with the money is the root of all evil.
Not evil. It's just
evil.
Money is a huge incentive. Yeah, money talks, like Anthony's saying, right?
Money talks. Sorry, maybe not money is the root of all evil, but sometimes it is. All right. Well, hey, you know what? It looks like everyone out there is split. They're split down the middle. Some are saying it's happening. Some are saying it, or some are saying it would be possible, and some are saying it wouldn't be possible. So, but what about Nintendo? I think Nintendo. We should do the same poll with Nintendo. Give a you do
a one. Yeah. Once you guys type in like Nintendo 1, Nintendo 0. So Nintendo 1 is you think they're actually coming out with a Nintendo or could do a Nintendo. Nintendo 0 is it's not going to happen.
But Paul says it has a 0.0 chance of happening. And if you know what show that's from, put that in the chat as well. 0.0. The movie or the show. Someone's got to know. Mike from Rhode Island better get it, especially 0.0. Someone, come on. Someone has to get that.
We are way off track on this.
No, we're not. We're doing good. We're on track. Nintendo, everyone thinks Nintendo can't happen.
Yeah, we
pretty
just,
much.
Just very unscripted section of our... I mean, not that we like script our show by any means, but we do have kind of like a rough
I'd call it a
outline.
rough guideline.
Yeah.
Retro Joe, baby. 0.0.
All right, so let me throw out
that.
I'm gonna jump while we get those Nintendo ones come in. I'm gonna lean towards another topic real quick here. Still in the vein of IGN.
So basically,
there could be some announcements.
We still have no idea. We have no idea what they're doing, basically. So we basically came down to...
Sure, but it's fun to talk about, right?
It's impossible for them to do Miss Pac-Man, and no one thinks they can get Nintendo. So what is it that they're going to announce that? We don't know. Like, are we really thinking we don't know? We have to do some...
Let's bring it back, okay? Let's bring it back. Okay, so I'm gonna everyone start throwing in their theories, right? And we'll be thinking of our theories. Meanwhile, I'm going to throw in a different topic.
I'm going to ignore you right now.
So this is an article that came out January 15th by an employee of At Games. Bill, you may know him from Facebook. This is interesting because let's go down memory lane, right? So we just showed off a whole bunch of pictures, a leak before CES, right? And that was the first time a lot of us knew that Arcade1up was going to come out with a pinball machine. And it was confirmed at CES that you got Star Wars and Attack from Mars. And then we got an article saying, hey, Legends Ultimate at Games, maybe we should do a pinball machine. And so they basically had a survey that said, hey, the survey is intended to determine what features people would want on a pinball machine, right? So here's a quick little theory. It's been like 6 months since, and Ralph, you and I have talked about this before. A lot of times when we see surveys, they're not really engaging the audience to figure out if they should do something. Sometimes
I have a philosophy on surveys.
What's that?
So my philosophy on surveys is that it gives the manufacturer the appearance that they want to the users to drive the roadmap. Yet what it really is these call it a gaming company, engineering company, whatever. They have their plans laid out, right? And it's validation of their plan more than it is the user. It's kind of like, oh shoot, I hope we got it right. Like, let's do the poll. I just feel like that's how it ends up happening, is it's more validation of their roadmap than it is the users driving the decisions, because a lot of these decisions it takes like a year or 2 years to go source the parts, go figure out if it's going to be technically possible. So they can't a company can't in 2 months go, hey, we were going to do this cabinet and now we're going to do that one, and then get that all figured out. Because so I actually think it was more of, I think they were going to do a pinball machine, and they're going to do a pinball machine. There's one in development, no clue when that's going to come out. But if that survey is 6 months and they had already been working on one potentially for 6 months for a year prior to that, around the Legends Ultimate time frame, or before it was developed, or maybe even roadmaps going at the same time.
Yep.
This would be an interesting time to announce a pinball machine, or at games that they're gaining momentum. People are liking their product line. It took a long time to get the code in a spot, I think, that really is production ready or ready for customers, but it's kind of getting there. And then you drop the pinball, you already have all of the basis for the pinball machine, right? Like your software, the pinball machine can run on the same exact software. So it's actually pretty simple for them to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
it could be possible.
Maybe we'll see them drop. Maybe we'll see them go, all right, Arcade1up does their announcement. We're going to this is what we were going to announce around E3. Let's let that settle, and then boom, hit the market with, we're doing a pinball machine.
That's right.
Maybe even try to beat Arcade1up to market, right?
There you go.
Maybe try to get it out before Arcade1up pinball machine.
That'd
be smart.
I think what I want to do now is run through this real quick. Now, Ralph, if you want to take turns, don't do a comment on it, but you can read them. You ready? We're going to do this rapid fire. Ready?
All right.
So Mike says, how about Konami titles? That's pretty good. Boom, go.
All right, Dragon's Lair. I think Dragon's Lair
said don't comment on it.
Oh,
a racing
wait,
cab.
what am I supposed to say?
Just read what they're...
Oh, just read them. Okay,
yeah.
Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, Jamie says Dragon's Lair. Paul says, I think Nintendo is one for yes.
Okay, Racing Cab. Daytona USA specifically.
Yeah, then they say it would be Outrun.
All right. Simpsons, locking in. Garage Gamers locking in Simpsons.
That's right. We got another one for Dragon's Lair.
Another Racing Cab. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
How about Capcom? Capcom title. Yet to be released, the Capcom title. We talked about Metal Slug. Go ahead.
Wow, there's a lot of good ones in here. All right. Gunsmoke could never sustain its own cabinet, so definitely not Gunsmoke.
And thank you for the super chat.
Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you for the super chat. We got Tron in there.
Ooh, Nikki with Chase HQ or Road Blasters. Nice.
Oh, nice. Pinball machines are too small. Okay, Qbert. Okay.
Ooh, Get Off My Lawn drops the Contra bomb.
Oh, Contra would be good. So, Streets of Rage 4. Well, it's maybe not.
No way.
4,
hardware-wise, I can't do it.
Okay, sorry. No, I don't don't think it's bankruptcy. It's far from it.
Bankruptcy. Wow. It's rough.
This is a good point. We can talk about that in a little bit. What would you pair with I think it means Miss Pac-Man. So.
Oh, dude,
Don't get Zohar started.
Is it my turn or no?
Go for it.
All right. I like this one. So P-Dub says Paperboy. I like Paperboy as an option. I think that's cool, and they kind of already have the controls. I know I'm not supposed to comment, but I like that one.
No, that's fine. Naomi.
Arcade title. I'm sorry.
Show.
I really like this one. Oh no, we already have Punisher. Never mind. That's on the Marvel.
Yeah. And then we got Zaxxon. That would be cool. I'm wondering what it would be paired with.
What is this? What is this? What? How did this one get in there? We weren't even on this topic. We covered this like 20 minutes ago. That's kind of telling me something. All right, got to clean the room.
What about Road Rash? We got Road Rash.
Not an arcade game, but I like the idea. Sunset Riders, I think is what he meant. Sunset Risers, unless he's making a funny joke about risers and instead of making Sunset. That's funny either way for at least us.
Yeah. So Tempest, but they did do Tempest, but they did talk about switching titles, so that could be a thing.
Gosh, dude! Oh my gosh, they do already work with Atari. Tempest would be so cool.
Well, they already did Tempest, is what I'm saying, right?
No, but Tempest has a standalone cab that looked like the Tempest
cab.
Yes,
that would be really good.
With a good spinner. Dude, I think that would be killer. I didn't even think of that.
Zohar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this would be good. Neo Geo cab, 100% re-release cabs with Wi-Fi. Oh, he's talking about the Pro line again. So yeah, that'd be pretty slick.
So I hope that we're wrong. I just have this hunch that it's going to be a one.
Okay,
like it's going to be a one-hit announcement.
Show the room. Everyone wants to see it. Hit one if you want to see Ralph's room. Come on, let's get some ones.
Well, I can't do
That's
it right
fine.
now.
We
I'd have
can
to
do it in a little bit, but like,
All right, okay.
like hit those ones. So then later, Ralph is gonna show how dirty his room is.
I did clean it up a little bit, so so it's not as dirty as it was.
So we got Prisoner of War,
Kim,
Time Crisis, Super Dodgeball.
I would like to say that this is true. I would love to say that this is true, and I would love. I think they would sell the crap out of a Terminator 2 shooting cab. And the cool thing about Terminator 2 shooting cab is it was not a light gun. So it was actually like a directional gun that was fixed to the. It actually worked more like a joystick.
Yeah,
so they could pull that off.
It's just a mouse. It's just serial, right? Like it's super easy.
They could do that. So
It's basically
cool.
Star Wars. Like the gun is really a yoke.
I see another one that's so P-Dubs is kind of on fire tonight with this one. Oh man, see, I'm a little bit weird because I was obsessed as a kid with Afterburner, and it was 4 freaking quarters, and my arcade had the one Paul, who's in the chat, worked at. It had the one that like rotated, and I just remember being like, man, I wanted to make those 4 quarters last, and that was so cool. I don't know if I'd be as stoked with like a regular Afterburner that wasn't, obviously like the arcade, but I do love that game. That's a good one.
Cruis'n USA would be really good. I don't know anyone that owns that though. Then we got Cyberball or Simpsons.
Shut up. He's just making a joke. I can't talk about it.
Yeah. Simpsons. Yeah, they haven't done a Simpsons yet, right? That's still out there.
There's
but
so many. But here's the thing. What you guys are showing me right now is there's so many good suggestions. So there's so many titles they could still go after. Like there's ones in here like people are talking about X-Men. They're talking about Smash TV. They're talking about Gauntlet 4-player.
Operation Wolf.
There's so many damn games out there that they could go that are
Outrun.
like really hot titles. Outrun. Gosh, there's so many. No, so my prediction was going to be, are we going to give one of our own?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think it's going to be a driving cab. That's actually what I think the announcement's going to be. I think it's going to be a genre change. It's going to be, here's a new genre you haven't seen us do before, driving cab. Now, what title it's going to be, I don't know. I've noodled around with this in my head a little bit. I was thinking Outrun, just because Outrun is so iconic.
Yeah.
But I think there could be some other ones. Like, you could probably sell more Daytona USAs than you could Outruns, in my opinion, but I think Daytona would be harder to do. So, just because I don't even know who owns Daytona anymore. Who owns Daytona? I don't even know who owns Daytona USA anymore. But I'm going to go driving cab, but still unsure about the game choice. What's yours?
Let's see. Well, I do think they're going to have several cabs, and this is kind of cheating, but
Yeah, but remember, we're assuming, are you following the assumption I'm making, or do you disagree that I think it's going to be more of a one product announcement? It's going to be kind of spread across like weeks or something, not just, I think this event is an opportunity for them to share one thing.
Yeah. That's how I would probably do it. Because if you're going to an event and spending a lot of money to get Surface Split, yeah, you're going to like throw it all out there. But yeah, I don't know. Like we talked about last week, I really like the idea of them coming up with a different style cabinet.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think
the
it's
shooting
time to do
cab
that.
or the driving. Something with some real unique controls. So like the Marvel cabinet, for example, and the Street Fighter are really good, like modding cabs to make it like a MAME type cabinet. But you take other cabinets that are super unique. Like I still have the arcade, the Arcade1up 12-in-1, and I did swap out, to
the 12-in-1
Glenn's Retro Show.
Wouldn't you argue the 12-in-1? I don't mean to derail you, but I think the 12-in-1 is the most underrated.
Yeah.
I mean, controls wise, it needed to be fixed. But
yeah, it needed to be fixed, but like the number of games that are on it, and then the idea of you have such, I won't ever get rid of mine. Like out of all of them, like
no, and I got rid of mine, and I'm so pissed off about it because with a little bit of updating, like controls, it was such a cool one. Like the 12-in-1 was
they
cool.
could re-release it because I've heard a lot of good things about their upgraded versions of the spinner and the trackball. But like, yeah, it's not that expensive to put Glenn's Retro Show stuff in there, and then it really does, make it so much better. And it's a good list of
Justin,
games.
we had a couple of super chats. We got Snell World, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I love that game, by the way.
Michael Jordan.
Did I say Michael Jordan? Yes, Michael Jordan's coming to NBA Jam. It's already been predicted. What was the word everyone used to use? Confirmed. So back in the day on the Arcade1up chats, if you wanted to piss people off, all you'd have to do is be like blah 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 confirmed, and then everyone would just come up with a stupid game. They'd be like Rad Racer. Confirmed. Yeah, they'd be like Rad Racer confirmed. So then everyone was jumping in and they were putting all these titles. So like the whole group was overrun with people doing confirms. But anyways, I love Moonwalker Snow World, and thank you for the super chat. But I don't see that one happening at least anytime soon. And then we had another one. We had another super chat.
Oh, remember earlier this week we were talking about Midway. How there's just they did. So what they do? They do a Rampage Midway. They did a Mortal Kombat. Is that it?
For Midway? Well, they got NBA Jam.
Oh, NBA Jam. There's a third one. So that was another one. Midway. Like, okay, if they're already working with Midway doing that, then maybe they gotta make phone calls to someone else, you know. And Konami was the other one where we're like, maybe they've been on the phone working out a deal with Konami.
Yeah, I gotta admit, like, I love the idea of having a cabinet in my house that is the Simpsons cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
But the replay on it's like kind of weak. It's kind of like TMNT. But see, here's where like I'll be completely honest and real about it. I bought TMNT because I love the way it looks, and I loved the game. But I know I can tell you with 100%. 100% like full transparency, it won't get a lot of play. It will get play when someone comes over because they're like, "Oh my gosh, TMNT."
To be fair, a lot of people haven't come over. A lot of people's houses recently.
Friends, yeah, so.
Well, there's that. So yeah, they gotta make more cabinets that are for us, you know, solo people.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I would actually. We'll get.
I have a family and all, but they don't like playing with me. Not retro games.
Keep your solo. Put the solo thing in the parking lot because there's one thing I want to talk about on the solo thing that I think would be cool right after this. So remind me because you know I forget stuff in like 15 seconds. But P-Dubs Arcade Loft says, thank you for the super chat. It says, I got it, Moon Patrol. And he is using the historical tagline that also upset a lot of people in groups, the you know what to do. So that's how you have to actually say it like that. It's Arcade1up, you know what to do. And then it'll piss everyone off in the Facebook group and they'll all shun you and then you'll be kicked out. But it was really cool for a little while. Then I guess people got really annoyed. I still think it's really funny because I'm kind of like a 2-year-old when it comes to that. Arcade1up, you know what to do. So I like that. And people were doing stupid things like they'd put like change machines and be like Arcade1up, you know what to do. But anyways,
I think we need to take this opportunity to remind everyone. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. Maybe you missed in the beginning, but we do want to make an announcement, and that announcement is we have a new channel called The One-Up Weekly. The link is in the description that will allow you to go over there and hit subscribe. It's where we're going to be doing all of our content together. There's still going to be a RetroRalph. It's where RetroRalph is going to do his solo content. Same with Console Kits for solo content. So make sure you're subscribing to Ralph. Make sure you're subscribing to me. But really make sure you're subscribing to The One-Up Weekly.
Yep, and there's I love that. And there's actually the link to it is in the description. It should just pop right up and ask if you want to subscribe. But don't just do that. Turn on notifications because the plan is if everything works as planned, next week when we have John D on, this is going to be perfect, right? Because we're having him on right after the IGN thing. It's 2 days later, so it gives us time to let it settle in, and then we're going to bombard him with questions.
Yep.
And he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. We did it at E3 or whatever the heck event that was. CES. We did it at CES. But Lewis actually said, I did not know this. He said, Lewis says, I hate to tell you guys, Arcade1up has the rights to Qbert already. Did not know that actually, so that's pretty interesting. They were going to launch early Qbert.
On, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's
I
right.
did not know that. So Qbert's, I think so.
He's right.
So my cousin is about 7 years or 5 or 7 years older than me. He would lose it over something like Qbert, where I wouldn't as much.
I'm going to play a song real quick. It's not the end of the show. We were talking about the new One Up Weekly channel, and it got me thinking.
This is one of those I don't know what you're doing.
How's it go? Yeah, One Up Weekly, it's got a new channel, yeah. And I said, I want you to subscribe to it. And when you subscribe, can you hit that bell? Oh, hit that bell so you can be informed when we go live. And then that's it.
That's actually pretty good. I didn't know you were doing that either. Wow, you're full of surprises today, Justin. What the heck?
I
Like all
had
over
to
it.
give everyone an incentive to remember that we have a new channel that we need you to subscribe to.
Okay,
And then in the comments, if anyone knows the name of that song or who wrote it, put it in the comment because
okay.
oh,
Zohar,
we already got someone saying Pearl Jam.
I am going to be Zohar's financial what do you call them? Advisors. I'm gonna be one of those things. Zohar, I'm gonna be your financial advisor right now. Do not spend $50 on super chats to get your answers to get your questions answered, because I know what you're gonna ask. We all know. You're gonna ask about the pro cabs, and they don't know yet. It's still being developed. They're still talking about it might not even be being developed. It might just be a twinkle in their eye. So don't ask that. Don't spend the money on that, because you're going to get an answer that you probably don't like. And it's going to be like the PR answer. So you already know that. Save your money, dude.
So Ralph is playing bad cop. I'll play good cop. Hey, Zohar, we love you. Thank you so much for...
How am I playing bad cop? I'm trying to make Zohar save money.
I do agree that you should save your money, but we do love you. Thank you.
That was with love. That was like the dad conversation. I brought Zohar into my... No, I brought Zohar, come into my office.
Your son's kind of wondering if you love him or not when you talk in that tone.
No.
I think it's time that you show us your room out, Ralph. Pick up your camera.
That makes me feel bad. What if I had that conversation with my own kid? Does he question
can I
love?
ask him why?
What?
Why he hates me? See?
I love you, dude.
See?
You know, I tell you privately I love you. So I've even
I
professed
just said it
it
publicly. Show us your room, Ralph. Come on.
So are you saying that I won't admit privately that I love him? I don't.
Let's see how messy this is. Come on, let's see how messy
Ralph
this
is the worst businessman ever. I'm gonna be. It's probably pretty true. That's why I don't own a business. Although there is RetroRalph LLC, which is basically losing money every day. But wait. I'm not. No, I'm not. I would love for him to give to the channel, but the thing is, I don't. He gives so much. It is in excess, in my opinion. It is very, very generous, but it's too much. So, if we're gonna have John D on the show, just ask the questions. Don't worry about super chatting. Okay? If everyone wants to super chat, that's up to them, and I love that. That's great, and we definitely appreciate it. But for that show, Zohar, you've done enough. You're good. Don't worry about it. We got you. We're gonna press him on those topics. Now we're getting super chats that support Zohar about super chats.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh man!
All right. Well, in order for me to do the room tour or whatever that I guess we've ad hoc decided we were gonna do, I need I need to dial into the show. Can you text me the?
Oh
you text
God!
me our show thing?
I did.
To my text? No,
yeah.
You didn't. Where? You didn't text it to me.
I texted it to you earlier today.
But where? Like
in your personal text messages.
But we have that issue, right, where you can't do it from... Yeah, hold on, I got it.
Did you find it? Okay.
I'm working on it. Hold on a second. It's really hot in this room. Zohar, you made my dad vein pop out. My dad vein popped out. When I'm upset with my kids, the dad vein pops out. Look at it. Look, it's popping out right now. Look.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's scary.
The dad vein. I'm kidding. I don't get it. I love you, buddy. You know that. I just want you to save your buddy. That's all. All right. I'm allowing camera access right now. Hold on. I should be live shortly. What am I gonna do about audio? Do you want me to cut the audio here and I'll go with the phone, the crappy audio? Okay.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'll display my name as retro cam. I am gonna have to change the lighting in here for you guys to see anything. So the retro cam. All right, enter broadcast studio. So I am
here.
There.
We go.
I'm gonna kill this mic. So ready?
Yep.
Justin.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, guys. How's it going? Yeah.
Can you, can I flip the video over? I can't, can I?
Dude, I didn't realize this, but check it out. Everyone look at Ralph's long hair. He looks like Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible 2. You know, when Tom Cruise looked all stupid?
When he's stupid?
Yeah, when Tom Cruise looks stupid. That's what my wife said.
All right, We'll start in the when Tom Cruise looks stupid. We'll start in the closet because the closet's probably one of the worst places. So I'm gonna stand in front of this.
Oh my gosh, this is great. This is we're going into the closet. This is like an awesome tour, man.
Yeah, well, the first thing I'd like to point out is this Mortal Kombat poster that's signed by Daniel Pacina himself. So hard. He already knows that that's there.
That's
So
funny.
You got a bunch of like, yeah, but here's where it gets bad. Like, look at the whole, like, look at this, look at that.
Oh wow.
Like, what is that?
I have no clue.
It's a bunch of, I mean, there's a lot of important things on that shelf, but they're all over the place. And then you got like a bunch of game consoles up there. And then when you spin around behind me, there's more stuff there. And then like the floor is where it gets really bad. I don't want you to.
So this is what you call messy.
Yeah, and I'll spin around.
Or maybe it's what you call hoarder.
Yeah, so like look at all the.
Oh, it's the Pandora's box.
Well, speaking of Pandora's boxes, right? I was looking around the room. I'm like, one Pandora's box. Oh.
Hey, look, there's a Galaga there. Is that the giveaway for anyone who subscribes to the new 1UP Weekly?
That's the Galaga. It's all decrepit in the corner. Yeah, where it gets kind of hairy is in here. Well, let me see if I can get some lights on in here. Oh crap, my light's not plugged in. Well, you just have to deal with it with low light, I guess.
Low lighting. Yeah, so we got some questions. How do you stay organized, Ralph, with all of this chaos?
Yeah, look at what you're looking at right now. Like this is all. So I don't know if you can see it, but this is supposed to be like projects I'm staging to work on, but they're just, it's a mess. And you have, don't forget, you have the at games storage shelf.
Okay.
You got the at game storage shelf.
It's the Arcade1up countercade.
Oh, speaking of the countercade, it's the Arcade1up countercade. Yeah, there it is. All right, so yeah, there's all this stuff. Yeah, it's a total mess in here. I don't know what to do, but it's overwhelming, guys. Like it's way overwhelming. There's just stuff every little place I look. It's very, very depressing. But I have like, I tried to be organized because I have like, oh, there's micro switches. Oh, there's arcade buttons. But then you start going down here and it's like, that's controllers. That's good. And then you go here and it's like, that's a box. And then
it's a shipment that you never opened?
Yes, probably. Probably. So yeah, it gets hairy. Look, oh, by the way, this is something that I bought. So I sometimes will buy stuff and I'll be like, well, it's really hard to, I keep moving the camera and myself. Hold on. So I bought this and I'm like, I'm going to review this. It's going to be awesome. And then I was like, I'm not reviewing Pong. Let's be honest. Like I'm not. What am I going to say? It's Pong, but small.
Right.
Anyway, this is the thing I was talking about that we might give away.
Cool.
The Street Fighter. But
really?
Yeah, and then this week, by the way, on the show, I'm gonna try to get to this video that I've been wanting to do for a while. That's it's basically there's been like a lot of advancements in encoder boards to hook up things like coin ops, to hook up a coin ops PC to an arcade controls or hook up your Nintendo Switch to an arcade control. And so I'm trying to find like one controller to sort of rule them all. I haven't quite got there yet, but I'm going to do a video on encoder boards this week that I think people that do modding will really enjoy.
Dude, that's pretty good. I know I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna switch back to. Oh, by the way, look at that! Did you guys ever see that in my room? I got the original. That came off of the NBA Jam mod. The NBA Jam mod that I no longer have. That's an actual topper. Yeah, very funny. That's the topper. That's a real topper off an NBA Jam tournament edition.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I gotta decorate this room.
All right, now Ralph can't hear us at all. And we're going to be... Hold on one second. Boom. It's like that. I think it's time. Do you know what time it is?
Hello. It's final thoughts time.
That's right. We're going to hit Zohar's super chat. And I think there was another one that we missed. I'm so sorry. I promise we'll try not to let that again. Sometimes the chats are really hard to keep up with, so we have to apologize for that. Zohar says, I promise $50 will be my budget next week, but I need to ask him why he won't join my page, why he hates me, and why he won't re-release MK. That's all.
Zohar, we can't be so quick to go to the hate. I'm sure he does not hate you. Like, he has no reason to hate you. You're a supporter of his products. There's no way he would hate you. I don't know. I'm not speaking. I'm speaking on his behalf, but there's no reason.
He may hate him. It's possible.
Never mind. No. There's nothing that would.
You can't say he doesn't.
Well, Justin, stop it. Now you're being the bad dad. What?
Zohar needs to see a psychotherapist. I
think Zohar is a psychotherapist, isn't he?
I think so.
Oh, right. Well, you can't see yourself. That's actually part of the thing. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Justin,
my God.
Will you please play a song at our wedding?
Oh, my God. That's like freaking amazing. Yeah.
He'll be like, it's the Arcade1up Countercade. Kim will be like, what the hell?
I'm trying to think what I would do.
All right, I need to shut that light off because it's gonna bug my OCD. Is like driving me absolutely insane.
I would be
with
like,
lights on. So can you wait for final thoughts? No, you're.
She's got a way about her. I don't know what it is, but I know that I can't live without her. I'll have to practice it. I'll probably play it on piano. Don't know what it is.
All right. All right, are we ready?
That I can't. Yeah.
All right, so frick yeah! I just installed 2 new boards in my cab and now have drop-in switch functionality. It's the Arcade1up switch functionality.
Okay, ready?
Tell the crew what encoder board you used.
Me?
No. Tell oh, by the way, thank you for the super chat. By the way, Mr. Steven. There was something else by Rexer's show. What was it? Kim, you have to super chat to get your chats on. Oh really? Really, Rexer's show? I'm like, Kim, I'll only respond if you super chat. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Hey, Ralph, do you know what time it is?
Yeah, it's final thoughts time. It's final thoughts time. All right. Hey, guys, it's final thoughts time. So what did we learn in today's episode? We learned that Justin and I have done the same episode 3 times in a row, and we still didn't really give you our opinion or thoughts on what the hell this cabinet might be or what the heck Arcade1up's doing. But it was really fun, and we learned nothing, but we had fun learning nothing together. And sometimes it's just about passing time. We also learned that Justin, well, we didn't learn this, but Justin tried to get his guitar cam working, and I had to tell him to scrap it, and he had a little bit of a hissy fit because he really enjoys the guitar cam, probably more than you guys realize. He did kind of whine and complain a little bit, but he got over it really quickly after I gave him the dad talk and said, we got to get the show on, so let's just do it. Screw your freaking guitar cam. We also learned that apparently some people believe that you have to pay money for your chats to be shown on the show. That is not true. But you do that a lot, and it is generous, so we do have to show those. So sometimes it may seem that way. We also learned that Justin will be playing a song at my wedding, so that's cool. And hopefully it's not an arcade-related song. Otherwise, Kim will definitely regret that request. And then we also learned that Get Off My Lawn Gaming thinks I look like the lead singer of Creed, which is really disturbing and makes me want to rethink getting a haircut.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to our new channel, The 1UP Weekly, and we will be here next week live with John D, and we'll be asking him all the awesome questions. So comment down below in this video if you have any questions and if they're really, really awesome questions and they're not, hey, are you going to do Dragon's Lair? Then we might ask them.
And
until
make
next
sure
time,
to find the channel, it's in the link in the description. The link is in the description of this video. So after this video, if you already or show whatever, if you didn't, go click it, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we don't want you to miss next week's show, and it won't be shown here. We're not going to put it on both channels. It's going to be on the new channel. So that's how you're going to find it because it's basically a channel with like that's very new. So you got to go do that.
You got to give it some love. Give it some love.
Show us the love. Yeah.
So we'll see you
And
guys.
by the way, wait, hold on.
Should have been dead on Sunday morning down on my head. No
Dude,
time for mourning.
exactly.
Ain't got no time. And I say,
All right, sorry.
Exactly. You sound exactly like him.
should have been dead on Sunday morning and in my head.
Pretty good.
Pretty
good. You need
We'll see you on
the next one.
On the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Awkward pause. While I
Awkward
hit the end
pause.
button.
Hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next one. I was the last one to say it, so that's the one that counts.
Where's the end broadcast button?
I don't know.